Investors are fleeing. I'm your host, Steve Van Metre, and thanks for joining me today. In our lead story, Morgan Stanley says to sell this now. We're going to show you what Morgan Stanley is so concerned about and why you need to dump these stocks. Plus, we're going to give you a bunch of trade setups in today's show to help you be a better trader and investor. And for those who are subscribers to our research, we've been putting out videos all week long on our trade setups to help you make money with our signals. You can get a free month. There's 3 coupon codes for each report. Check out the description below. Join us. We'll show you how to make money trading. Now, as we do every Sunday, we like to take a look at the technicals, momentum, and machine positioning to help you make money trading. Let's head over to Bloomberg, where we picked today's story up with a headline: as investors flee tumbling EV startups once hailed as the next Tesla. And that's a big story because investors are looking for the next big thing. We'll show you what that's going to be in our signals. We do that for you every day, but here's what Morgan Stanley is worried about. For investors, the sense of gloom has been building since back in October when Tesla warned of sagging interest in EVs. Those shares of the EV giant have fared poorly since then, losing around 20% and massively underperforming the broader market. The impact on smaller rivals like Rivian and Lucid have been nothing short of disastrous. And as Morgan Stanley says, look, these are something you need to get out of because analysts are losing confidence as well. The 12-month price targets on both Rivian and Lucid fell nearly 20%. As Morgan Stanley notes, trying to be the next Tesla is turning out to be an expensive strategy, but one that isn't is signing up for our research reports. Now let's take a look at what Goldman has to say, because we're going to look at where there's no opportunity according to Goldman, and we're going to show you a bunch of places where you can make money trading. Goldman notes that prime book and net leverage is at 1-year highs, meaning the markets here are extended. It's not only do people pile into the U.S. equity market, they're taking a large amount of leverage, hoping for an ever-increasing price in stocks. And what that's turned in is driven sentiment indicators to stretch to long positions here. As Goldman suggests, this is looking like a reversal coming here soon in the market. And as we look at non-dealer positioning in U.S. equity index futures, well, they're at extreme levels. And so something you should know is that when all the investors in the market is shifted on one side, yes, can markets continue to go up? They can, but at some point, everybody's all in and you get a flip to the other side. And something that flips when that happens are going to be the machines. We've got an update for you here from Goldman. Over the next week, there isn't a lot of play here from the machines, only about 12.5 billion. If global equities, even in an up tape, they're really not buying much. In fact, about the same amount. And even a down tape, they're not really sellers here. And so the way you can take away from this is you want to be in before the machines start taking their long positions, not after. So here we see their extreme long positions. It's up to this point for institutional money managers, retail investors to drive the market higher. You want to get a lead on the machines? Check out our CTA Timer Pro. Again, link in our description below. Over the next month, not much buying here at all from the machines. Again, they're maxed out, and we can see this from vol control positioning here, just on vol control strategies, sitting at fairly max long positions. We note this across the board as we look at the machines. Again, you want to be in before them because here you can see retail at target date and passive inflows are now at their highest level in the past year, driven by technology stocks, suggesting that even retirement funds are long the top 5 correlated equities, meaning, as Goldman's suggesting here, not only is everybody long the U.S. equity market, everybody's long 5 stocks. Now, in the end of the day, this will eventually play out in a bad way for investors, but for now, everybody is playing chase each other higher, and what's helping them as well, these companies are buying back their stock in a big way. Here we can note that corporates are right in the middle of their peak open window, buying back around $5 billion a day, and authorizations are on pace for the second best year. They estimate 81% of the S&P are in their open window, with 87% by the end of the week. That means you're getting almost max buying here all through next week. The open window ends March 11th, so you've got plenty of time here to see, of course, these corporates continue to buy buy stocks. Now, one of the challenges, they're buying at ever higher prices. So just the fact that this is the second largest authorization in history doesn't mean it's going to get the second largest boost in equity prices in history. Now, let's start taking a look at what's going on from the perspective of Metre. Here we note that, again, Goldman, seeing their machines not really buying. Same case here with Metre. They're maxed out. In fact, you've got to get the S&P under 4,900 before you see selling here. Currently closer to 5,100, closing at 5,088.80. last week. Now let's take a look at our screens here because we helped you make money. We're showing you on the show. So not only are there two ways, we show you every Sunday how to make money trading, but then we give you during the week, you've got our research reports. What a bargain price. We give you signal after signal. Now, even with videos to help you trade them, making this so easy to do. Again, links in the description below. Here we see momentum on the S&P is positive, and it should be. Our CTA Time Pro showed you how to get in before the machines did. That trade now up 17.25% going back to November 3rd last year. Our Momentum Time Pro, this takes a look at all those technical signals like the RSI and things like the MACD, where you find yourself getting in late and out too early. Well, we smooth that all out and we add an additional proprietary overlay. This makes trading those technical signals even better. This now 26 consecutive daily buy signals maxed out on the 1, 3, and 6 month window. So we give you momentum pictures over long periods of time. What it's telling you is this market is stretched. If you're looking to take a long position, we'll give you some other places to look. For now, this is setting up for a massive reversal at some point, notably, and that's why we keep raising our stop loss level up for 99.25. That is a key thing. We want you to keep your money when you make it in trading. A lot of people don't raise their stop loss levels up. And what do we see here on the chart? The S&P is just skyrocketing. No sign of sellers yet. Some point they will emerge, and that's why we want you, as you make money with your trades, raise those stop loss levels. Let's take a look at the QQQ. Momentum also positive. What do we see? The RSI is at 61, so momentum slowing just a little bit. MACD's got a bit of a negative cross. It picked up a couple sell signals even on our Momentum Time Pro, but guess what? Momentum clicked back up, 2 consecutive daily buy signals, and notably there wasn't any cause here to get us to sell based on our signals, even though our machine positioning showed that on a historical basis, because this is something that we do, that not even the actual investment banks that run these programs, we went back and we run a historical overlay, and what it's suggesting is machines are too long here, but that doesn't mean you need to run out and sell. It means one simple thing: raise those stop loss levels up, let the market do the work, taking it higher, but protect yourself on the downside. Our trade we showed you back on October 9th, we're now up 20.56%. Raise our stop loss level for 29.79. Again, showing you how to use our tools to make money trading, make it effortless for you. And here's a QQQ. This thing looks to be going vertical here and probably even going higher as those corporate share buybacks stay fairly strong. But notably, at some point, this will reverse. The key thing is when you're making money trading is to hang on to it. And when you lose money trading, cut those losses quick and get and add to the winners. Let's talk about some more winners here. If you're looking for upside in the equity market, how about China's large cap FXI? This is a signal we gave you back about a month ago on January 29th, and many of you noted in the comments, there's no way this is going to play out. This thing is dead. Well, this thing that is dead is now up 6.91%. How did we do it? We showed you using our reports because our machine positioning was max short, and now look, on a historical basis, they're long. That means we should see further buying here. We noted that Goldman suggests on a global basis, there's going to be some buying. You know it's going to be in China. How about our Momentum Time Pro? 14 consecutive daily buy signals on this, maxed out on the 1 month window. Again, we showed you how to do this right here on the show. If you would follow that advice, you'd be up 6.91% and have a lot of upside opportunity. And as a result, we raised our stop loss level 23.63 on FXI. Let's take a look at the chart here, because this is a beautiful setup. If you like trading equities, again, you could trade something that's already way up, but you can trade something that's way down. Remember, there will be money managers that rotate out of U.S. equities and look for opportunities elsewhere. As we've noted in the past, here we see over a 2-year chart, the last time it was down this low, 3-month period, it rallied 50%. That would be a massive boost, whether it's to your retirement portfolio, your trading account. There's where we show you the opportunities and how to trade it on a report. Look at this. Beautiful. We got a cross of the 21-day moving average, a slight confirmation, a cross of the 50-day now running right into the 100. Big target up here on the volume profile line at 26.16. Remember, of course, to China, Beijing's putting support under its equity market, giving investors confidence. We like the setup here. We see the RSI shooting higher, came off oversold territory. MACD, same thing. This is a beautiful setup that we think can go even higher. If you look at that, the volume profile line, the first line of sellers is going to be right in here around this $25 range. We see sellers here before a breakout of that. You've got the best case of getting up here into that 26.16 to 27 range. Again, a lot of upside there. And how about some more? We gave you Hong Kong too, EWH. We took this right off our reports. This is how easy this is to use because we noted at the time machine positioning was at max short. We had our momentum timer pro. This is momentum. It was to the downside. We said wait till these things flip and then buy. Now we throw in a video and help you trade it so you can make money too. On the same day that we traded FXI, we bought into this. Many of you said, man, Steve, you got to be off your rocker on this one. Well, our rocker now is up 2.34%, 13 consecutive daily buy signals on our Momentum Time Pro report. What does that tell us? Raise the stop loss level up, put ourselves in a position that even if there's a reversal to take away some profits here, that's the key. Upside target 1691. We know the momentum on both RSI, MACD, and Momentum Time Pro all moving higher here. Exactly what we want to see. Let's take a look at EWH here. And what do you note? Again, momentum screaming higher off those oversold levels when nobody wanted to touch it. But that's what trading is all about, is taking high probability chances. We tell you how to pair our reports together. Again, that historical overlay makes all the difference. And what do you see here? It's running right into that 100-day moving average on the blue line, cross through the 50 and the green, cross through the 21 in red, and looking like it's going to head up here to 17. That's where you see the volume profile. Now, if that's new to you, that's where the average, or largest number of shares have been traded over the last, say, this 1 year period. I think that is the next destination for EWH. Here, even on the 6-month window, we see $17 price point being a magnet here. If you can break out over that, you're looking at a move up here now to 1771. You see the kind of upper end of that zone here, the last place sellers are at. That would be a fantastic trade. Again, we make it that easy for you. If you have traded before, not been successful, well, take a chance with us because we'll give you a free month, show you how to make money doing it. How about the bond market? What do we know? Goldman says, look, there's going to be some selling going on. It's going to be in bonds. We'll make the case of maybe why this doesn't happen. They're saying over the next week, about 84 billion of global bonds for sale and a flat tape. Even an update, the kind of net sellers here as momentum's turned to the downside. How about this over the next month? Flat tape, massive, 163 billion for sale, but an update 223. So are things changing for the bond market? Maybe, because Nomura's noting, we're not moving here at all. Friday's close at 109.88 on the 10-year, and they've got to be under, of course, 109.10 to sell. Not really, they're kind of in a neutral zone here. But how about our signals? Well, look at this. We see on our CTA Timer Pro, it was at minus 55% and it popped to minus 15. Now, if you're a subscriber, you note there's two things. One, we showed you on the first page of the report when these signals flip. Second, I gave you a video over this on the weekend, so check it out. We're now adding on here. Look to add when Momentum Timer Pro flips on the daily signal. It's not there yet. You want to find out. Be a subscriber. 3 coupon codes for a free month to try it out. We will help you make money trading. Know you'll be with us for a long time after that, because what we see, RSI 49 picking up. MACD's got a negative cross. Things are starting to change here a little bit, and we'll see a flip here coming soon, I think, on Momentum Timer Pro. Upside target 200-day moving average. Downside target 100-day. Friday's closing 93.87. What's notably, we are slightly upside down on this trade at minus 2.4%. We didn't put a stop loss level on when we started this. And so the key here is, what if that happens to you? What if you put a trade in, it goes the wrong way, and you forgot to stop and set your stops up? No problem. We'll show you how to use our reports, to dollar cost average back in and turn around. You remember, we were at a slight profit. We're going to let this one run a little while longer. Let's take a look at the chart of TLT because something changed on Friday, and on no news, you get this big candlestick slamming right into that volume profile line. There wasn't a huge amount of volume. There was no catalyst. Again, no news at all. Just all of a sudden, boom, this thing takes off and sets up. If this can break through a move up to around 157, the first move is going to be a 200-day moving average. You see where the volume is sticking out here, where the sellers have been fairly aggressive. You break through that, your setup here is 100.57. You can see the MACD still just about ready to cross to the upside. Momentum's picking up here. We look at the 2-year chart and what happens if you break out of those two bands there, those two dashed green lines. Well, you're up to the big green line, and that is a monster trade setup here. Take you up to about 108.64. And then again, you look at the setup here. You have a head, you have a left shoulder. We said there's possibly a right shoulder. Well, there you go. Now we're just looking for buyers to come in, drive this higher, break through the neckline. Then you're off to the races, break the next neckline. And you're back to all-time highs before you know it. Setting up a great trade. Again, thanks to our reports, we're helping you do this. How about gold? Well, don't see a lot of opportunity here in GLD. RSI's at 55. MACD's got a positive cross. Yes, we got 4 consecutive daily buy signals, but we didn't see a big sell-off in our CTA report. We'll put the upside target at 191.80. You notice we're no position here. Why? Because it's really simple. There are so many other opportunities. You know, a lot of people just trade the same stuff over and over. We give you trade setups that are deeply down in either momentum or by machine positioning. Why trade stuff that's already up when you can trade stuff that's down and has more upside potential? That's what we do for you. Let's take a look at the chart here of GLD, and you'll see why I'm just not excited about it. Now, you may be thinking, okay, hey, I want to do some trading, but why would you trade this chart? You know, and we're not talking about selling your physical metal. I know a lot of you think that's what we're talking about. Not at all. This is trading gold. Big difference. The stuff you've got in your safe, that's for different purposes. You're not trading that. But look at this up. You want to trade 1, 2, 3, 4 tops and hope it breaks to the upside. Or you look at the chart here as we zoom back in, and what do you see? The highs are getting a little bit lower, and normally there's that volume profile over the next 6 months. The risk here more is to the downside. If you want to trade something with upside potential because you like the metals, how about taking a look at GDX? We'll look at silver here in a moment. This we're putting to buy it open on Monday morning. Here you go. Here's a signal for you to show you why. Now, we already have a position that's down a little bit because we traded in. It didn't trigger a stop. So now we're going to take another position. Why are we doing that? Because here's the most important signal. Our CTA came off a short position and went long. That's huge. We have a sell max on the 1-month window Momentum Time Pro. Momentum is now flipping. We got them both together, putting in. This will be a buy it open. And even though the RSI is coming, you'll see it was coming off oversold. MACD is kind of positive. Even though we have 8, well, this is actually wrong. Should 1 consecutive daily buy signal on that. Obviously, you can see the screen capture there. Stop loss level, we're going to leave right there at 1562. But I'll tell you, if you want to see some upside potential, well, this is where it's at. And you got to, the key thing is control your risk. Why 25.62 is stop? That's the recent low over the last 6 months. And we saw our signaling pick up a position back on this move here, came down. We've kept the stop loss wide because, again, what we know is this is heavily volatile, but we told our subscribers how to trade this better than we're giving to you here. So you join in and find out how to do this. And what we see here is a potential move up to 28.40, a breakout up to there takes you up to potentially 30, maybe even as high as 32.35. We can look back here over the last 1 year and say, hey, that is definitely possible when all the sellers get worked out here. So if you're looking to trade the metals or the miners, that is much more upside potential. How about palladium? You know, I thought I had silver. I took silver out. We noted that on last week's show. Here, palladium, you want another one? Buy it open Monday morning, 226. How about this? 6 consecutive daily buy signals on Momentum Time Pro. RSI is picking up steam. So is the MACD. And our machine positioning went long here. What was holding us off on this? Well, remember last week we told you That was, of course, the volume profile line. Let's take a look at Palladium here, and you can see it's now sitting just above that 1 year volume profile line. Put your stop loss down here somewhere beneath. Maybe I'll update the slide later. We'll put that down here right around 85.11 or thereabouts. But again, we're worried here that the sellers were going to push down on this. They started to, but the buyers are looking like they're going to break through this. If they do, your upside potential now is the 50-day moving average, not much, then the 100. You break out over that, and you're realistically looking at a target of 103.37, setting up, again, a nice trade here. So we're going to add a position in that on our signals here. You see it buy it open on Monday. How about agriculture? Here's one we use the reports to trade right here live on the show. Momentum's positive. RSI is at 64. MACD, beautiful, positive cross. How about momentum time, bro? 26 consecutive daily buy signals in the 1 month window, maxed out to long. We told you that once momentum shifts, people buy it. Machine positioning switch, people are buying. How about that? We have a buy it open back on December 18th, up 5.72%. Trading agricultural commodities, if you can imagine. Upside target 22.49. We're raising our stop loss level up. That is the smart way to trade, is when you make money, hold on to it. If you get in trade and you lose money, get out of it. And look at the setup. Look at the 6 month volume profile. It's beautiful. We see this is where the most shares are traded. You see that means sellers were pushing it down. Now the sellers are going to turn into buyers, and we zoom out this chart. We're looking at an easy, nice move, 22.42. Maybe it breaks out higher. I'm going to keep bumping the stop loss level up and hold on to these gains. But again, we showed you how to trade this thing. What a great setup. Easy deal. Not a lot of stress here because, again, you used our tools how to do it. How about soybeans? Well, this is something we think is going to be a big opportunity as well. But you got to be a subscriber to find this one because you're going to look for a flip in both of them. Look, max short. This is on a historical basis, my friends. This is giving you the massive signal you want. A sell max on the 1 month window, even on the 3 month window, telling you momentum is massively to the downside. You want to look for a flip on this. Let's take a look at the chart here of soybeans. And what we can see is you got a potential 1, 2 triple bottom. Maybe it breaks down, but at some point, this is going to reverse because there's no way soybeans are going to go to zero because people are going to eat them at some point. That's what we know. That maybe this is just an inflation trade. Maybe there's just too much supply. Doesn't matter. We're just trading the charts here. If this breaks down, it doesn't matter. We're going to wait for our reports to tell us when this flips. Otherwise, if this starts to reverse and our signals go, that will be our green light. You can see the last 2 times it gets down to this level, it goes from 24 almost up to around 25. That's a $5 trade on the charts here. So that would be an absolutely huge win for you. Again, all we're doing is using our reports to help you be a better trader. And with that, I'm Steve Van Metre. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being fans. Bye now.